Hey guys, good evening. It is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. It is Tuesday, July 23rd, 2024, and it's 11:05 p.m. Very grateful to have you with me, whether you're here with me live at 11:05 p.m., 11:05 a.m., 3 a.m., 3 p.m., maybe even 12 noon or 12 a.m. Doesn't really matter. Thank you so much for being here. Really do appreciate you. Do be sure to visit believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations, which I know you're not going to want to miss. All right, guys. So this a master topic for the week, which by the way, we're almost through the week, is the keys to time management. That's the master topic. Tonight's granular topic is understanding how to avoid distractions. I think a lot of times in life, we get distracted, but we don't always know why we're distracted. And that can be a big problem, not just for us, but the people we're working with. So the first thing is recognize digital distractions. All right, John, what the heck is a digital distraction? Well, maybe you're overwhelmed by constant notifications from your iPhone or your Android device with email alerts or text alerts or alarms or calendar reminders. It's important to learn how to manage digital distractions. So, a good way to do that on the iPhone, okay? It's really simple, guys. You just basically swipe up and you're going to go, actually, you can actually just swipe down in the bottom corner. Maybe you just swipe down and you're going to go to where it says focus. I'm not sure if you guys can see the word focus right there on the screen. Can you see it? Yeah. I'm going to touch focus and you'll see it focus has all these different modes here. It says do not disturb. It says personal. It says work. It says sleep. Now, if I just touch the do not disturb button like so, my phone is in do not disturb. Okay. If I click on if I touch the little thing on this, you see those three little ellipses on the side. You see it says some words there. It says, I don't know if you guys can see what it says. One says, until tomorrow morning, until I leave this location. So this is very handy. Maybe you're in a meeting and you don't want to be disrupted until you leave that location. It's a great way to use that feature. So again, it's called the focus feature, and you have one for the do not disturb. You also have one for what they call the personal mode. So you might be saying to me, John, what the heck is the difference? Well, I'm going to tell you. So these different modes allow you to set what applications are going to, let's say, alert you. So, for example, in my do not disturb setting, just to show you, I'm going to go back to do not disturb for a minute here. And I know it's kind of technical, but I think it's important for what we're talking about here. So swipe down. I'm going to go here to let me just turn off. I'm going to turn off personal here for a second. I'm going to go to do not disturb. I'm going to go to settings. So on there, you can see that it says notifications that are silenced will be sent to the notification center. So it says do not disturb. Right now it says none. You see the word none? I don't know if you guys can see that. I know it's a little hard on the white screen. I'll try to get you guys to see it. So one says none allowed, and people, it says none allowed. Okay. So that's pretty easy, right? And so if I go back in there again, then it says customize the screen. I can choose a lock screen or home screen to turn on to help limit distractions. You can set a schedule if you want to enable this on a schedule. But something as simple as enabling that is a really powerful thing. So another thing you can do to eliminate digital distractions is, maybe you're, I don't know, let's say, for example, you're out somewhere, okay? And you're seeing all these signs as you're walking. You're seeing all the signs. So a good thing to do to maybe alleviate that is to just kind of focus within. Like, don't be so focused on things outside of you. The second thing is to identify distraction patterns. John, what the heck is a distraction pattern? Personal distraction habits. We can address them to boost our productivity. For example, maybe a distraction pattern might be that whenever I sit down, I feel that I have to check my phone, or I feel that I have to do 5 other things. But those things may not be necessary. but they're distraction patterns that we've got into. So the habit is that we're going to keep doing them over and over again, whether they're good or whether they're bad. We're going to keep doing them over and over and over again. That's really cool. All right, the next one, number 3, boost concentration with focus music. This is one of my favorites. And when I say favorites, it's one of my favorites. I love to listen to, they call it rainy day jazz and music like cafe jazz, rain music. And then there's like some plates clanking. And I just find that to be very stimulating in the sense that when I want to read something or concentrate, it just sort of makes concentration just happen without me even thinking about it. So that's kind of weird, right? You wouldn't think that you could listen to music and be able to read, but I can. Take a nature break. So a nature break might be something that, I don't know, every time of day you're going to schedule on your calendar, you're going to go out for a 30-minute walk. Or you, like myself, I go out for these runs, right? So I think those are pretty interesting things. And understanding about this is really key. But you might be saying, John, I don't quite get how it works. You can really understand this because people that get into these things like, trying to do something and then they aren't able to do things. So a nature break is a great way to get you to refocus. Okay. Another thing you can do is you can optimize your workspace. Okay. Optimize your workspace. And when you optimize your workspace, you can make it, how can I say? You can make it more fun. You can make it more productive. Okay. Maybe allow it to spark some creativity or motivation for you. But this can be just the way the furniture is arranged or what pieces you have out there. Okay. The ambiance, right? Okay. Another thing is to explore productivity tools. We've talked about this before in other episodes. Things like the Google Calendar or the smart calendars. I'm not saying that you shouldn't use electronic calendars. Of what I am saying is that you need to unplug. Like a good time to unplug is Thanksgiving. During Thanksgiving, everyone should unplug when they're, at the families and you're having Thanksgiving dinner, right? That could be a big problem if you don't unplug. All right, schedule breaks. This is different than outdoor breaks. These are breaks where maybe you're going to take your eyes and you're just going to look up. You're going to look around. You're going to do different things. Just a couple minutes like that. People say you shouldn't be doing work consistently all day. So if you're working and at 15 minutes, you just take like let's say a 2 or 3 minute pause with your eyes just to relax your eyes or do some stretches or whatever, or eye rolls. That can really help you. All right. Read and research without interruptions. I know when I was in college and I wanted to research something and my roommates were there, they didn't understand or have respect when I wanted to research something. So I decided I'm just going to go to the library and not let anybody else bother me. Right? That was a pretty cool thing. So that's what I did. And it worked really well for me. All right. Avoid social media pitfalls. We kind of talked about this already, didn't we? A little bit different, right? This is a little different. Limit the amount of time you spend on social media so you can maintain a healthy work-life balance. All right. And I have one more tip for you guys, and that is to build a support system. Surround yourself with people who support your focus and your aspirations and promises that you want to achieve in life. So in this episode, we explored some essential pillars of time management. And, we basically allowed you to, let's say, excel by knowing that you can have these things, but when we're, let's say, intentionally aware of something, it becomes easier for us, right? Easier. And support is not somebody that's going to do everything for you. Support is someone that's going to lift you up whenever you have a challenge, right? Many of you guys remember probably in school, it could be grammar school, could be high school. And I remember because I was guilty of this, I would be doing a math problem and I would go to the teacher for some help. And the kind of help I wanted was for her to help me to actually do the problem. So I didn't think anything of it because I figured she was helping me and I was learning and she would do one or two and then that'd be great. Plus, I'd have less homework to do. And so she said to me, after I did this, like, I don't know, a couple times, she said, "All right, John," she says, "I'll help you. I'll do one of your homework problems with you. You got to do the rest on your own. And if you still want me to work with you, I will, but I'm going to take problems out of the back of the book. So I'm not doing your homework." I was like, oh, okay. So I think we have to understand what support means. Support is there to nourish us. Support is there to allow us to get to the next step in our goals. That's what it is. But if you can't get there, then you're going to become so frustrated. So let's review today what we talked about. So the episode today was about the keys to time management. That was the whole thing for the week. But the granular episode is understanding how to avoid distractions. So understanding how to avoid distractions is really key, guys. So we talked about that. Recognize digital distractions. We gave you some ideas. Identify distraction patterns. Boost your concentration with focus music. Take a nature break. That could be you getting up and having a piece of fruit. That could be you just taking a relax and just kind of letting your eyes roll, closing your eyes for a minute. So people think if you do this at work, you're not working. Well, if you actually unplug every 15 minutes and you just took like a stretch or this, because that's actually going to make you more productive. Okay. And it's better you doing that than you go and taking a 15-minute break every couple hours. So taking a 1 or 2 minute break is perfectly fine. Optimize that workspace of yours. Make it personable. Make it something that's going to motivate you to get what you need to get done, right? You can put whatever you want in your work environment. It could be a desk, it could be a stand-up desk, ones that automatically go up that you could raise, they could lower. What do you want in your environment? What do you want to personalize? I know someone that was actually doing this for their kid in their bedroom. And so they would never want to go to sleep. So what they did is they made their crib basically with all these different things that they could play with and that they would get tired with. And so it would really, put energy on them to actually do things like that, count or to move things. And so you know what happened? The baby would just fall asleep because it was just too much. And that was the whole point. All right. We also talked about exploring productivity tools. We talked about scheduling breaks. We talked about reading and researching without interruptions. If you know you're going to be interrupted, don't do it there. Go do it somewhere else. Avoid social media pitfalls. If you feel that, you can't get something done because this environment is not conducive to it, okay, go somewhere else, right? Go somewhere else. Don't make a big stink about it. Just pick up your stuff and go somewhere else. Like I went to the library. I didn't say, hey, I can't study here because you guys make it. I just picked up and left. And when somebody said to me, hey, John, where'd you go? Oh, I just picked up and left because I needed a place that was more conducive to my studying. And they just looked at me like, huh? Well, you guys are making a lot of noise. You didn't say anything. No, I'm not going to say anything. You guys do what you want to do. I left. Oh, okay. And the last one is to build a support system, right? Support system is very important. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been an amazing privilege, pleasure and honor to be with you this fantastic, wonderful evening. I hope that you will definitely like, love, and support all this great content that I put out there because I know you guys want to improve the quality of your life. I know that. But sometimes, how can I say, we get lost. It's because we get overwhelmed. think that's the reason. Okay, we get overwhelmed. And that's a pretty interesting thing when you think about that from, the ground up. How is it that we're getting lost? How are we becoming overwhelmed? And I think if you can just appreciate that for a moment, I think you'll really start to make some strides in life. Ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been a privilege, pleasure, and honor to be with you this fantastic Tuesday evening. I hope you'll have a fantastic rest of your night. Do check out BelieveMeAchieve.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations. And I got to let you guys know that yesterday we just hit the mark 1,000 episodes of Inspirations for Your Life. And I've got something else to share with you. When we reach our 100th subscriber, we're in the 90s right now. When we reach our 100th subscriber, we're going to have a cake with 100 candles on it. So you're not going to want to miss that. And we're going to have that live on the show. The candles will already be lit because it takes a while to light 100 candles. But we're going to try to blow those out on the air. And we're going to celebrate our 100 subscribers. So if you know some people, make sure they like and subscribe and they support the channel, because the quicker they do that, the quicker we can go ahead and do our live video with us and the cake. All right, guys, have yourself a fantastic rest of your night. And I'm going to